Here we go. Step 2. First step in the 5 steps to a 5-star experience that we covered was what you say and how you say it matters. Step number 2 is use their name because it matters. And the reason this is step number 2 is because you want to create an environment and an energy where the guest feels comfortable. And you do that from your energy, from your mindset, from your tone and the words you use. So step number 2 can only really happen when you lay a proper foundation of your energy, your tone, and your words. Now that you've created this open, welcome environment, I'm going to ask you to start using your guests' names. Now, using a guest name is the simplest way to break down barriers and a relationship. I'm sure you've had a moment where you've gone into a restaurant, a spa, any appointment, and they've used your name and it's clicked and changed the whole experience. But on the flip side, if they don't use your name, it completely derails it. You feel like you're a transaction rather than feeling like you're important. Now, this isn't accidental. This is actually neuroscience. When someone uses your name with warmth and intention, your brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, the feel-good hormones, the chemicals that signal trust and belonging. Now, when that happens, you're instantly ready to create that relationship. Your body says, this person sees me, I am safe, and it's good to be here. And it is so powerful. And guess what? It costs you nothing. But by not using somebody's name, it could cost you everything. Because when it feels like a transaction to a customer, they won't come back. Remember, people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. People choose you for what you do, but they return to you for who you are. They return to you because of the experience you provide and how you make them feel. Now, knowing that using a guest name is the way to signal and start a relationship, signal trust and start a relationship, why wouldn't you do it? I was recently in a Mexican restaurant where my fiance and I went for dinner. Now, we needed to wait for our tables, so they took down my name and wrote it on a white card. When we were sat at the table, that card got placed down. Now, I knew my name was on there, and I was hoping that that server was gonna flip that over and greet me by name. I was hoping for an incredible experience where I felt seen, valued, and heard. But he didn't. He took that information and did nothing with it. How often do you have your guest's name but don't feel like using it, or you don't know how to pronounce their name, so you just blatantly don't try, and by doing that, you're missing out all on the opportunity to actually connect with your guest, to create that relationship. And I hate to say it so bluntly, but I think we're here where we get this relationship where I get to say things that might hold up a mirror to you. And if not, I'm gonna say it anyways. Laziness. Don't be lazy when it comes to using your guests' names. In a world where 70% of buying decisions are driven by emotions, making a customer feel invisible is going to lose their business. So today, we are mastering something so small that creates a massive impact in the experience that you provide your guests. Use their name, and oh, by the way, use yours. Because the moment someone stops feeling like a transaction is the moment that they become a person to you. And that is so important. Their walls begin to fall. You can literally see it happening. Their shoulders will drop, their face will soften, they'll let you guide the experience instead of guarding themselves. Using their name is the quickest path to having those walls drop down and making it easier for you to get to the sale. All right, some more science for you. The name effect. Hearing your name actually activates unique attention centers in the brain. Remember, talking about serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine, it triggers recognition faster than any other language input. Harvard Business Review calls the name the fastest path to emotional connection in customer interactions. I mean, if Harvard says it is, then maybe you should start believing it. When a guest hears their name, engagement increases, likelihood to share concerns rises, complaint resistance decreases, retention strengthens, and the experience feels tailored. This step alone moves your metrics in a big way. So here's your challenge. Say your guest's name in the first 60 seconds of interacting with them. There's 3 natural places to use a guest's name. Number 1 is in the greet within the first 60 seconds. Find out their name if you don't know it. During a transition or introduction when you're introducing the guest to another team member, or during the lasting impression when you say goodbye. Also, don't forget to say your name. You are human interacting with another human. Become so by using your name. When someone hears their name, they immediately trust you more. They stay longer and they come back. As I've mentioned, people choose you, your brand, for what you do, for the service you provide. But they come back to you and they buy from you because of how you make them feel, because of who you are. And using your name and theirs matters. It is the surefire way and the quickest path from a non-existent relationship to an existent one. Practice asking for their name and introducing yourself with your name, and remember within the first 60 seconds. Remember, when you use somebody's name and yours, you create that instant connection. A connection where walls start to come down and guests start to believe that you actually care about them. It takes effort to use a guest's name, especially when you may not know, as I mentioned, the pronunciation or even want to bother trying. All right, use their name because it matters. Go ahead, start practicing using guest name in every interaction, and I'll see you in a couple of days.